Hello, welcome to the first episode of Webb's Weekly Wrestling Rant. This is a recap, review, thoughts, and opinion shows of the week in wrestling from a longtime wrestling fan. I'm your host, Webb Khan. I am the longtime wrestling fan. This episode is going to kind of be the test episode, the pilot, if you will. Yeah, I'm releasing it today on Sunday, but the normal day for podcasts going forward will be on Fridays. So this Friday will be episode 2. Um, I want to apologize for the heavy WWE show today, because I was hemming and hawing doing this podcast for a couple months. Should I do it? And never got around to it. And then yesterday, which was a Saturday, I decided, I'll I'll do it. Fuck it. I'll just do it. So I watched 7.5 hours of WWE television in one day, and I didn't have time to watch Ring of Honor last night, but it will be replaying this afternoon. So we will have Ring of Honor starting next week, or on Friday's show. And because my cable provider does not carry Pop, El Rey, or Access, I will not be able to review Impact, Lucha Underground, or New Japan. Even though once the first 2 seasons of Lucha Underground go on Netflix March 15th, I will start a retro review of Lucha Underground. So expect that by episode 3. So I think I should start the show by, I guess, just explaining my personal wrestling history, how I got into wrestling, how I became a wrestling fan, all that malarkey. So, my this going back. My dad was a fan of wrestling, started in the '80s. TBS, Ric Flair, Dusty Rhodes. Actually, Dusty Rhodes is his favorite wrestler, but just the Jim Crockett promotion guys, the Four Horsemen, Lex Luger, Sting, Boogie Woogie Man, all those guys. So growing up, WCW was in the house Saturday night. All the shows. You know, my dad and my younger brother during the Monday Night Wars watched Nitro every Monday religiously. What's just funny is I, as a young kid, was not into wrestling. I mean, it was on, it was in the background. I remember bits and pieces of Nitros, and I remember the NWO, and I have all this, but I just didn't sit down and watch. I just didn't watch. But then I was 11, and it was October, it was a Sunday, and I was just flipping through channels, and MTV, it was Sunday Night Heat, when they showed Sunday Night Heat on MTV. It's like they show it at 7 at night, and I'm going through, and it was the preview show for No Way Out. No Mercy. No Mercy 2000. It was the night, and they showed a video package for the return of Stone Cold Steve Austin. I don't know what it was. It was something about that video package. Something. It just sucked me in. I'm in. I just clicked. I like wrestling now. So that night at dinner, I made the announcement. I'm into wrestling now. I made my family was kind of surprised. Like, really? You like wrestling? I said, yeah, I just watched something and it was cool. And then from that, I watched Nitro the next night because WCW house, I have to watch Nitro. Watched Thunder, SmackDown, last hour of Raw, Sunday Night Heat. But yeah, I was big into the dying days of WCW. The last 3 months, that's when I got into wrestling and I watched. And actually, I really enjoy it. The writing's on the wall in retrospect. At the time, they were focusing on the mid card, and they had all these different guys, and it was a fun program. And yeah, so from there, I just started eating up wrestling, and I love wrestling. All of it, not just WWE, but the independents and Japanese and Mexican style wrestling, and I just love wrestling. So I decided to just make a podcast where I talk about wrestling. You know, And this, yeah. So before I get into the reviews for this week, I just want to remind everybody: rate, review, subscribe on iTunes. It's Webb's Weekly Wrestling Rant. That's Webb WEB, Rant WRANT. You can go to SoundCloud / Webb's Weekly Wrestling Rant. Once again, Webb WEB, Rant WRANT. Weekly Weekly Wrestling Rant at gmail.com. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, put them there. Send them there. Tell me how you like the show. And then follow me at Twitter at Webcon69. That's WEBCONN69. So, without further ado, why don't we get into the reviews, huh? It's 7.5 hours of WWE TV. I watched them one day. And I think I went a little crazy. Alright, first things first, Monday Night Raw, February 27th, 2017. So, I didn't watch this live, so I watched the the Hulu version, which is only 90 minutes. They cut out half the show just before we start. So, we are in Green Bay, Wisconsin, and we start with Goldberg in-ring promo. Walk from backstage, stands and sparks, classic entrance, crowd chants Goldberg. He references Goldberg. Goldberg references Kevin Owens' promo from the previous week, puts over his Universal title match against Owens at Fastlane, says it's going to be Spear Jackhammer 1, 2, 3. I really hope it's not. I know Goldberg's going over, but I want Kevin Owens to get some offense in and not look like a fucking putz. Brings up Lesnar, WrestleMania, promises to deliver on Sunday, says, alright, I'm done. Owens comes out in a suit. He stays on the entrance ramp. He doesn't go into the ring. Just brings up all he did. Beating John Cena on the first night, beating Ambrose, Styles, Rollins, and Reigns. Brings up beating Chris Jericho at the Festival of Friendship. Says he's beating Goldberg on Sunday. So yeah, dude, he's coming off as $1 million. Kevin Owens, man, it's awesome. And then says Goldberg's next. Goldberg says all his little speech did was piss Goldberg off. Goldberg invites Owens into the ring. Owens challenges Goldberg to a street fight, then backs out and says Green Bay doesn't deserve to see him fight. Puts over the Fastlane match, leaves. I mean, yeah, it was cool. Cool to see these guys interact, and I want some competition in the match tonight. I do. I'm excited, but I just don't want it to be a squash. I want Owens and Goldberg to actually kind of have a little match, but that's just me. So the New Day is out next. Pleasant surprise. The New Day have been off the Hulu version of Raw in the past weeks. It's been a while since I've seen them. So Big E feeds the kids at ringside, Bootios, their cereal. Normal New Day fare on the mic. Bring up the ice cream machine. Yes chants start. Shining Stars cut off a New Day Rocks chant. Crowd dead for the Shining Stars. Ring crew tells New Day something. Woods is holding an envelope, and he tells the Shining Stars they aren't wrestling New Day, actually. They're wrestling Big Show later in the night. I wonder if that handicap match shows up on Hulu or not. Woods opens the envelope. Kofi apologizes. This is, a joke at the Oscars, the La La Land Moonlight Best Picture fiasco. Crowd doesn't seem to get the joke. They're silent for this. They don't really seem to get it. So on the envelope says Rusev and Jinder Mahal. The New Day are actually wrestling Rusev and Jinder Mahal. So that's the first match. It's New Day. Xavier Woods and Big E are the team. So Big E and Jinder Mahal. Big E and Xavier Woods get offense on Jinder Mahal early on. Sorry, I'm reading my notes and I'm the worst at reading. We go to a break. Fuck. Okay, So Big E and Xavier Woods dominatorly on Jinder Mahal, and we go to a commercial break. Oh, fuck. Back from the break, Rusev has Rhodes and Woods in the corner. Rusev overpowers Woods. Rusev's in charge. Woods kicks Rusev in the head. Both men make tags. Biggie and Jinder are in. Big E with a series of belly to belly suplexes. Big E gets cut off. Big E, Big E tries a big ending, but it gets cut off by Jinder Mahal. He tags in Woods, crossbody to Jinder. Rusev breaks up the 3 count. Rusev and Lana argue with Kofi Kingston outside. Distracts Jinder. On the inside, Woods rolls up Jinder for the 3 in 3 minutes and 30 seconds. Competitive squash for the New Day. Jinder and Rusev got some offense in, but mostly New Day was in control. Rusev and Jinder argue with each other afterwards, so there's Rusev's gonna turn on Jinder and beat the shit out of him coming up. So yeah, I think this was only on the Hulu version because of the Oscar joke. The Oscar joke that didn't go over with the crowd in Green Bay. So next up, Sheamus and Cesaro are backstage. Samoa Joe shows up and says something to Cesaro as whatever. Cesaro says calls Joe a puppet or something. There's brass ring comments. Joe leaves. It's setting up a match for later tonight. So Stephanie McMahon is in her office. Mick Foley shows up. Steph apologizes to Mick. Says he's broken down and old and all this stuff. Mick Foley's days are numbered. So now we go back. Mick is backstage looking distraught. Joe shows up. Mick calls Joe Triple H's puppet. Joe claims to be nobody's puppet. They get in each other's face. Mick makes Joe versus Cesaro for later tonight. Like I said, the first segment was these are all connected. So Charlotte and Dana Brooke are in the ring. Charlotte talks about Bayley not handing back the women's championship last week, calls her selfish, egocentric, calls Bayley a fraud, runs down the crowd, calls women's title her title. Bayley's a one-hit wonder. Now that brings out Bayley. Now Charlotte calls Bayley a cheater. Bayley says she is champion. Bayley has defeated Charlotte 3 times. Bayley says she's moving on to her new dream, her next dream, going to WrestleMania as champion. I really hope she does. Give her a long reign. Charlotte's done enough. Yeah. So now Sasha comes out and sticks up for Bayley. Charlotte says Charlotte has daddy issues, which is funny. Charlotte accuses Sasha of taking Bayley's spotlight. Man, they're really going for this heel turn, huh? Charlotte has a stupid face, according to Sasha. Stupid face chant starts up. Pretty funny. So Nia Jax comes out. She's Charlotte's tag team partner tonight. So second match here is Bayley and Sasha Banks versus Charlotte and Nia Jax. Sasha and Nia start out. Nia dominates early. Nia wants Bayley. Bayley tags in. Nia still dominates. Bayley fights back. 10 punch in the corner from Bayley. Bayley. Bayley with drop kicks. Nia goes back to dominating. Charlotte is in. She gets the upper hand on Bayley. Sasha tags in. Double team moves on Charlotte. Charlotte gets the upper hand. Hurricanrana from Sasha to Charlotte. Bayley is in the ring. She throws Charlotte over. She follows outside. Bayley to belly suplex on Dana. We go to break. Back from break, Nia has Sasha in the corner. Sasha moves out of the way. Series of slaps to Nia. Nia overpowers. Series of elbow drops. Charlotte tags in. She has the upper hand on Sasha. A lot of heels getting their heat on the baby faces. Headlock spot. Sasha in the corner. Nia's back in. Nia and Charlotte double team. Hot take to Bailey. Bailey runs roughshod. Charlotte elbow in the corner. Nia's in. Bailey has head lock on Nia. Nia drops her. Sasha tries to crossbody Nia. Nia catches her. Hey, Charlotte should be doing that Ric Flair crossbody spot on, not Bailey. So Nia catches her, tosses Charlotte onto Bailey, tosses Sasha onto Bailey. Oh, Sasha tried to crossbody, fucking everything up. So Sasha tries to crossbody. Nia catches her, tosses Sasha onto Bailey, leg drop onto Bailey for the three. Sasha and Nia Jax get the win at 8 minutes 53 seconds. Pretty good take. You know, it was a standard take. What more could you want from a wrestling match? From a TV wrestling match of all. Heels got their heat, cut off the baby faces, had them in their corner. You know, baby faces got their hope spots, made the comebacks, got the hot tags. You know, they all look good. You know, Dana Brooks even got involved, took a bump on the outside. What more could you ask for, huh? So after the match, Nia and Charlotte stand over Bailey and Sasha, and you know, they raise their hands in victory. Charlotte looks like she got cut under her eye. And, you know, I don't know when that happened. It just looked like she was bleeding, and I was like, what the hell? So Mick is backstage with Braun Strowman. Strowman wants a contract so Reigns doesn't back out of their match at Fastlane. Hey, okay. So next, Corey Graves is in the ring. We see a video package of Triple H's promo on Seth Rollins, Joe's debut, and Rollins' injury. It was actually a very well done video package. Next, Corey Graves brings out Seth Rollins. Seth has a crutch and a knee brace. His knee's in a brace. Director chair's in the ring. It's a sit-down interview. Graves asks Seth about his knee. Seth says it's all right. He hopes to come back soon. Graves asks where Seth says that. Seth says that's tricky. Says being hurt sucks. Seth thinks the knee injury is karma for his past hubris. Graves asks Seth if Seth will be at WrestleMania. After a long pause, Seth says it's not looking good. He doesn't think so. Crowd boos. I mean, everybody. Who wants to see Seth Rollins miss 2 WrestleManias in a row? No. That's just ridiculous. Come on. Oh. Triple H comes out, mocks Seth Rollins, that patronizing fuck. Joe is standing ringside behind Seth. Man, I'm liking Joe as the muscle, man. Triple H tells Seth he will not be at WrestleMania. Agrees that Seth deserved what happened to him. Joe's now on the ring apron. Triple H tells him, hey, don't look at him, look at me. I thought that was a nice tough as the fucking dickhead scumbag who's trying to act tough but has his muscle. Triple H tells Seth to get over what happened to him. You know, Triple H turning on him says, get over it, it happened. Ba 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 ba. Triple H advises against Seth going to WrestleMania. Says if Seth goes to WrestleMania, it'll be the last thing he does. Seth calls Triple H Hunter. Says he has nothing left to lose. Says he will be at WrestleMania. Crowd cheers. Hey, good segment. I liked it. I mean, it was good to see Seth. I'm happy he's going to be at WrestleMania. I don't want him to see him miss 2 WrestleManias in a year. I'm not the biggest fan of Triple H's in-ring work. I think it's all the same. He has one style and it's boring. But maybe their match will be good. Maybe we get Samoa Joe versus Seth Rollins. I doubt it though. But yeah, good segment, advancing the feud, making it seem like a big deal. You know, we're getting close to WrestleMania. So, Beth Phoenix Hall of Fame induction video package. Glad to see her go in. That's really cool. So Bailey and Sasha are banged up backstage. Bailey has a fucking ice pack on her back of her neck. They discuss Bailey's match with Charlotte at Fastlane. Sasha says she will be in Bailey's corner. Steph shows up, starts stirring the shit. Says Sasha's trying to steal the spotlight, all that shit. Make Sasha versus Nia at Fastlane. Yeah, they're really telegraphing this heel turn. That Sasha gets jealous of Bayley or something happened. It's happening. So match 3, Cesaro versus Samoa Joe. Back and forth early on. Cesaro tweaks his knee. Cesaro hits a big suplex and crossbody. Joe works Cesaro's bad knee. Ref checks on Cesaro. We go to break. Back from break. Joe has Cesaro in the corner. Joe's dominating. Cesaro counters with the suplex. Both of them trade punches. Joe kicks Cesaro on his bad knee. And gets Cesaro in some kind of leg lock. Cesaro screams in pain. Counters the move. Joe gets out. Flying uppercut to Joe. Cesaro is limping. Then gets this series of uppercuts. Big swing attempt. Joe blocks by hitting the bad knee. Cesaro hits double knee on Joe. Near fall for Cesaro. Bad knee is costing Cesaro. Joe kicks the knee again. Joe hits like a swinging rock bottom on Cesaro for the win at 5 minutes 40 seconds. Badass to see these guys wrestling each other in the WWE ring. Wish the match went longer. Also, maybe it was cut on Hulu for time. I don't know. I do appreciate that they told a story and focused on Cesaro's bad knee and they worked on the knee. Instead of just, playing a game of hey, top this and trading off big power moves and all that. So, post-match, Charlie Caruso interviews Joe on the entrance ramp. Joe says he came to Raw to hurt people. Tonight he hurt Cesaro. Sami Zayn comes out and attacks Joe. They brawl around the entrance. A lot of intensity here. They really went at each other. Sami jumps off the stage and lands on Joe. That was cool. Security breaks him up. So now, the last thing we got is the contract signing. So Foley's in the ring. Braun Strowman comes out. Crowd seems dead for his entrance, which is weird. Braun threatens Mick to leave. Mick won't back down and leave. He's staying. He's the GM. Braun has no respect for Mick, he says. Calls Mick a broken down suburban dad. Fucking Mick loses it and says, he demands respect. If he's not going to respect, Braun's not going to respect Mick as a, GM. He's going to respect him as a legend. Legends never die. All that, just a lot of fire from Mick, I'll tell you that. Braun chuckles, knocks the mic out of Foley's hand. They get in each other's face. Reigns comes out to a chorus of boos. Reigns and Strowman brawl around the ring. They toss each other around the ringside area. End up in the crowd. Lots of Superman punches. Roman Superman punches Strowman. Reigns from like the steps. Where the chairs, they start from the floor to the where you start going up. He Superman punches him, then he spears him through the barricade back to the ring, and a ring crew guy gets caught in the crossfire there. That was poor guy. Reigns climbs into the ring and signs the contract. Strowman gets up, screams, "Is that all you got?" Gets in the ring. Reigns Superman punches him. Reigns goes for a spear. Strowman catches him, tosses Reigns into the corner, and the top turnbuckle snaps. That was fucking cool. So refs come in, check on Reigns. Strowman leaves without signing the contract. He wanted the contract signing, and he doesn't even sign the contract. I guess he just wanted to beat up Reigns. So it wasn't a bad show. Good build towards Fastlane. Hulu version cuts a lot of filler out, but there is still more talking than wrestling. The 3 matches they put on there, clocked in at like a little over 17 minutes. So that's over an hour and 10 minutes of non-wrestling on a 90-minute wrestling program. Kind of upset they didn't air Big Show versus Shining Stars on the Hulu one, only because they mentioned it earlier in the show. I mean, just, So, nice build towards Rollins versus Triple H at Mania. Match of the night, due to watching the Hulu version and Joe versus Cesaro being short, would be Sasha and Bayley versus Charlotte and Nia. I am going to try in upcoming weeks to watch Raw when it airs and live on Mondays so I get the full Raw. Just, so the matches that were cut, the Hulu cut, were Tozawa versus Noam Dar, Big Cass versus Luke Gallows, Sheamus versus Titus O'Neil, and Big Show versus the Shining Stars. So now on to SmackDown from February 28th, 2017, live from St. Paul, Minnesota. Cold like Minnesota. Cold like Minnesota. So we get a cold open. Shane McMahon and Daniel Bryan are reviewing the tape of the double elimination from the Battle Royale last week on SmackDown of AJ Styles and Luke Harper hit the floor at the same time. They both eliminated each other. So tonight they're fighting. They're wrestling for the number one contender who's facing Bray Wyatt at WrestleMania, because Randy Orton isn't going to wrestle Bray Wyatt. He gave up his spot. So, they're looking at the tape, reviewing it. AJ Styles walks in and says it's a tie, but at another angle. Harper's feet hit first. And then AJ tries to get out of the match with Luke Harper and just be declared number one contender for Mania. But Shane and D-Bry won't let him. AJ talks trash about Luke Harper. Shane and D-Bry are egging him on. AJ turns around and Harper is behind him. Uh-oh. Harper stands and stares down AJ, and AJ leaves. Harper tells Shane and D-Bry thank you. So, moving on from there, Miz TV. Miz TV starts off the show with guest John Cena tonight. Holy shit, was this segment great. Oh, man. Yeah, Miz ran down Cena. Just, first cut Cena's mic and then said, "You don't speak till I let you speak." And said Cena cost him countless of opportunities in the past 10 years. Cena, is a yes man. Miz works harder than him. He's more talented than Cena. Cena chant breaks out. Miz says Cena won't let him be anything more than the other guy. Brings up beating up Cena at WrestleMania 27. Calls Cena jealous. Calls Cena a hypocrite for lambasting Rock for going to Hollywood. And now, Cena has gone to Hollywood. There's some truth to that. Crowd chants, "You sold out." Miz agrees. I think Miz is just mad that he has to do those direct DVD B movies, and Cena's in the Tina Fey and the Amy Poehler movies, and he has that one war movie coming out. So I think Miz is just mad that he has to do Marine 52, and John Cena's making movies with Amy Poehler. So that's what he's mad about. Son of a bitch, huh? Oh shit, lost my spot, motherfucker. Oh, so Miz says Cena isn't Super Cena anymore, but barely decent Cena, doing Let's Go Cena. Cena sucks, chant start. Miz says the reason he has Cena out there is because he's fed up not being recognized, upset that Cena got a title match at Royal Rumble, says he took Flair's moment with tying the record. Now it's Cena's turn to talk. Says that if that was Miz's best shot to get everything he had to off his chest, but says he said the same thing everyone says. He can't wrestle. He's leaving for Hollywood, even though he can't act. Really doesn't love this. Manipulates the WWE and holds people down. And then he says, if he was pulling the strings, would he really be in the ring this close to WrestleMania with The Miz? No, he'd be standing in the ring with Undertaker. Yes, chant starts. Everybody wants to see Cena versus Undertaker. Cena says it's easy for guys like Miz to blame him. Never ask anyone to stand by him. The ones who run with him do, because you can't fake heart. That's what he said. Let's go Cena. Cena sucks chant. Cena says you can't fake that. Everyone knows who Cena is, but who's The Miz? Well, according to Cena, he's a guy named Mike who used the real world to get into the WWE, stole Chris Jericho's personality, stole Ric Flair's figure four leg locks, stole Daniel Bryan's offense and his personality, and stole what AJ Styles has been saying for the last 6 months. Miz is a dude dressed as a dude playing another dude. Miz is a Miz is a shell of a WWE superstar. My notes were fucking stupid. Difference between Miz and Cena: Miz blames everyone else. Cena gets up like a man and keeps fighting. Cena says next time they talk, don't bring a gun to a knife fight. Miz is not the Undertaker, but if he presses Cena again, Miz will be a dead man. Cena drops the mic, goes to leave. Mic drop. Maurice grabs him and stops Cena. Says Cena doesn't leave until her Miz says he can leave. Says Cena isn't half the man Miz is and is a control egomaniac freak. That sounded more Russian than French. Bigger the ego, smaller the package. Maurice gets in a dick joke. Gotta have a dick joke. She slaps Cena. Cena says she made the biggest mistake of her life. Nikki Bella runs out to the ring. Miz and Maurice flee. They get the hell out of there. Nikki says she's gonna break Maurice and calls her a bitch. Crowd goes crazy for that. Like I said, great fucking segment. Builds towards the mixed tag match at WrestleMania. Yeah, it was good, great. Now we know what Cena is doing at WrestleMania. So there you go. And you know what? Fuck this. I'm not gonna do painstaking recap anymore. That it's too much words for me to say. So match number 1, 2 out of 3 falls match. Becky Lynch versus Mickie James. David Otunga made a Remy Ma Nicki Minaj diss track reference, calling Mickie James the Minaj to Becky's Remy Ma. So they tie up, chain wrestle, that normal stuff, normal way WWE matches start. I noticed that watching a whole week of WWE TV in one day is they all start with the tie up and then work an arm or work. They all start like that. So I just so Mickey Mickey does a Mickey DDT on Becky, gets a 3 count at 3 minutes 42 seconds. Mickey is up 1-0. So yeah, and then just back and forth, nothing special. Becky moves. Becky takes advantage of a Mickey missing a move and rolls her up. Gets the 3 at 5 minutes and 25 seconds. Now the match is tied with 1 fall to 1 fall. And then Alexa Bliss comes out after some time and is out there. So Becky hits this big back press on Mickey and covers Mickey, but Alexa is distracting the ref, and so the 3 count isn't seen. So she gets in fucking Alexa's face, and Mickey charges at Becky, but Becky moves out last minute, and Mickey accidentally knocks Alexa off the ring apron. Becky rolls up Mickey, but Mickey counters it for a roll up on Becky, gets the 2 count. Becky gets Mickey in the disarmer. Mickey taps. Becky wins 2-3s to 1 in 6 minutes 49 seconds. It was a good match. It wasn't a bad match. Felt a little rush, but the feud between Becky and Mickey and Alexa keeps on going. I think this all culminates in a SmackDown Women's Ladder match at WrestleMania, or at least I want it to. So Luke Harper cuts a promo in the back with just in a dark room with hanging lights. Says he's been fighting battles in his head with demons his whole life, but now he's made peace and the demons help him. Sees what evil is. It's Bray Wyatt and he's not afraid of Bray Wyatt. Wyatt's going to be afraid of him. Now we go to, Bray Wyatt, who's in a dark room. and calls Randy Orton his brother. Glory be to Bray Wyatt, the holy of the Holy Grail, the God we know as you know, Bray Wyatt. So yeah, Bray Wyatt comes off as his delusional cult leader thing, and I'm. It's so awesome that he's the WWE champion. So awesome. So Alexa Bliss is backstage by an interview. I don't know her name, and Alexa gets insulted that the first question is about Becky Lynch and not Alexa being the first two-time women's, SmackDown Women's Champion. So she makes the interviewer ask her. And when she starts to ask her, Alexa cuts her off and answers the question with like mocking an acceptance speech. And I like to thank myself. And she's faking tears and all that. And Natalia shows up, congratulates Alexa, says, congratulations to women, make but watch out because I'm coming for the title. I'm coming for it. I'm gonna take it off you. So yeah, I think there's gonna be a multi-woman ladder. Then why not? The IC title isn't gonna be a multi-man ladder match. Do a multi-woman ladder match for a title at WrestleMania. It'd be fucking awesome. You got the ladies. You got Alexa, Mickie James, Becky Lynch, Natalia. Throw Carmelo in there. Carmelo Anthony. Throw Carmelo Anthony in the women's match. Throw Carmella in there. If Naomi's healthy, fuck you up Naomi. Tamina Snuka's doing SmackDown house shows. Fucking put her on the fucking show. Fuck. There you got 7. You can have a crazy ladder match. Alright, so back to SmackDown as I try to find my notes. Renee Young is interviewing AJ Styles, and AJ Styles is stumbling over my fucking words, huh? AJ calls Luke Harper, the match with Luke Harper, bogus. Harper's feet hit first last week. He was there, he knows what happened. He's going to beat Luke Harper, and he's going to the main event WrestleMania. So yeah, so the second match is Luke Harper versus AJ Styles. This is a fucking this is a cool match. This is a really cool match. Yeah, so a cool spot is Harper hitting a senton atomico from the ring apron over the top rope onto AJ, followed by a big boot, which was really fucking cool. And then another point, AJ was on the outside, and Harper did a suicide dive through the middle ropes onto AJ, and AJ went flying back behind the commentator's table. So that was cool. Yeah, there was just so AJ hits a big flying forearm off the top rope, covers Harper. Harper gets his foot on the rope, but the ref doesn't see it, and AJ gets the 3 at 7 minutes 40 seconds. AJ is main event in WrestleMania. He's celebrating. Shane McMahon comes out and reinstates the match because Harper's foot was on the rope. AJ is pissed. Harper, AJ sets Harper up for the Styles Clash. Harper sweeps the legs, and they could start going. So Harper tosses AJ outside. AJ gets in Shane's face. Harper accidentally mule kicks Shane because AJ moved out of the way at the last second. How convenient. So they're back in the ring. AJ hits a 450 splash off the top rope and gets the pin at 9 minutes 37 seconds. AJ's still main event in WrestleMania. So great match. Both guys busted their asses. Crowd was super into it, and they pulled off some crazy moves. I wish Luke Harper was involved, in the main event at WrestleMania, but hey, he shined tonight. I don't want him to get lost in the shuffle now that he's out of the picture. You know what I mean? Post-match, AJ yells at Shane. They're going somewhere with AJ and Shane McMahon. Mark my words. So Renee Young is interviewing John Cena and Nikki Bella, but before they can say anything, Carmella and James Ellsworth show up. Nikki asks Carmella, what she wants or something like that, and then Carmella's like, hey James, stand up for me. And then so James is like, hey, you can't talk to my girlfriend like that. And then Carmella friend. So he goes, you can't talk to my friend who's a girl like that. And he doesn't want to fucking do it. You know, he's kind of timid because it's Cena. Carmella says, Toto Bella should be called Toto Phonies. Hey, he's a big fat phony. A big fat phony lives here. Hey. So Ellsworth is timid, doesn't want to stand up to Cena, hides behind Carmella. I thought that was funny. And Carmella pushes him closer to Cena. Nikki and Cena challenge Carmella and Ellsworth to a match next week. That should be fun. Should be fun. Ellsworth versus Cena. God, James Ellsworth, man. Living the dream, huh? So Ambrose is walking to the ring. He wrestles next. So AJ Styles is backstage. D-Bry congratulates him. AJ snubs D-Bry's handshake attempt. So match number 3, Dean Ambrose versus Kurt Hawkins. Dean hits Dirty Deeds on Hawkins before the bell rings, grabs the mic, calls out Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin shows up on the Titantron and taunts Dean. He's not coming out to the ring tonight. Dean costs Corbin something, now he's going to cost Dean everything. Dean says they are far from finished. Match never happens. I mean, Dean could have shown Hawkins some professional courtesy and pinned him. I mean, come on. Come on, Dean. Don't be a fucking dick. Yeah, further Corbin versus Ambrose. They're obviously going to wrestle each other WrestleMania, and I think Ambrose is going to win the Intercontinental Take title. What a year. Went from a surprise entrance in the Andre the Giant Battle Royale to, looks like he's going to win the IC title at this one. So, that'd be fucking cool. Why not, huh? So, the next match is a chairs match. Dolph Ziggler versus Apollo Crews. Crews is wearing those yellow Titus O'Neil light trunks. They're gonna do a father-son tag team with Apollo and O'Neil. I don't know why Crews is fucking wearing those tights. I mean, they look like something. They look like Titus O'Neil's. Fuck him. So I mean, there's some cool spots in this match with chairs and shit. Like Crews hit a standing moonsault and the chairs on top of Ziggler. That was cool. And then a spot that didn't include a chair that was really cool is fucking Crews did a moonsault from the ring apron to the outside on Ziggler, and there's some cool stuff. I mean, and then Ziggler did the classic Russian leg sweep onto and onto Crews, and Crews goes throat first into the back of the chair that's set up. And actually, what's really cool is Crews was coughing after that and really fucking selling that. So that was and then Ziggler picks Crews up and slams him balls first onto the chair, and then Ziggler got the 3 count for that at 5 minutes 24 seconds. It's an okay match. Like I said, there's some cool spots, but I don't know. I think the chairs were underutilized. It didn't have. I mean, Ziggler's been coming out for the past month or 2 months or whatever the fuck, and hitting Crews in the back and in the legs and the knee and jumping on his ankle with the chair, and Crews didn't show enough hatred and intensity, and Crews didn't have a moment where he got back. Should just whack the shit out of Ziggler in the back and shit with the chair. But no, this was just it was too clean of a match. Oh hey, let's have a match and just incorporate the. He should have been whacking it. You know what I mean? Not enough babyface fire from Crews there. That's And so the last thing we have on SmackDown here is Bray Wyatt's invocation. So, Bray comes out and, talking about doesn't matter who he's wrestling at WrestleMania, he's the man, all that stuff. He's the unnatural force, he's the spirit, the master. Great promo from him. I'm digging Bray Wyatt's stuff right now, guys. Guy's good. Randy Orton shows up on the Tron from the Wyatt compound and reveals he's in Bray Wyatt's shed. The floor is torn up, and we see dirt with worms crawling around it. Orton says he's dead center in the middle of the kingdom, and then says this is Bray's world, but not Orton's. Never was. So Orton's turning on Bray Wyatt, and he says if you can't beat him, join him. But when you join him and the time's right, screw him. So Orton, underneath the floors, the remains of Sister Abigail. We get more worm shots, and Orton grabs, stops the rocking chair. It's rocking, so he stops it, and he starts pouring gas all over the shed, and Bray's on his knees, and Orton's coming for Bray at WrestleMania, so that title match is happening. So I don't know, AJ, you're shit out of luck, buddy. And so Orton ends up lighting the shed on fire, and fucking does his Randy Orton pose as Bray Wyatt's world burns and Bray Wyatt's freaking out at ringside. Good segment. Good segment. I thought they could have prolonged Randy's turn a little longer, but maybe put Randy versus Bray versus Harper, the three-way main event at WrestleMania. But I'm not in charge, And so, but hey, looks like for all intents and purposes, Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton are main event in WrestleMania. So hope that means they're on last, and it's not Bill Goldberg versus Brock Lesnar on last. But it will be Goldberg versus Lesnar because, Vince McMahon thinks that the only superstars marketable are the Attitude Era superstars, and when they're the only wrestlers you feature prominently and build your main events around, yeah, the part-time Attitude Era guys are the only people that seem like big deals because you condition the fans to believe they're the only ones who are the big deals. But, I digress. So it was a good show. Good, great wrestling matches, good storyline development. All the angles are moving forward to WrestleMania. Miz and Maurice versus John and Nikki. AJ Styles versus Shane McMahon. Dean Ambrose versus Baron Corbin. Dolph Ziggler versus Apollo Crews. And Randy Orton versus Bray Wyatt. Plus, I think the women's division is heading towards a ladder match. So my only gripe is that American Alpha, the World Tag Team Champion, SmackDown Tag Team Champions weren't on the show, but they're going to be on Talking Smack, so be all right. I like the Bray Wyatt, Randy Orton stuff. I like that. I like when wrestling does that supernatural, when they do that stuff. When they go, I don't want to say cartoony, but they go left field like that. Go more TV show. And when it's executed good, it's good. So the match tonight was AJ Styles versus Luke Harper. So next up is Talking Smack, February 28th, 2017. Yeah, so host Renee Young and Daniel Bryan. And Daniel Bryan said something like, I was in the Wyatt family for 2 weeks, and I never considered arsony as a way out, Fucking Bray Wyatt, yeah. Renee and D-Bry talk about the Randy Orton Bray Wyatt thing that just happened not too long ago, and the final moments of SmackDown are played on a split screen as they, talk about. So the next guest is the first guest is Natalya, and yeah, she just talks about wanting the woman wanting a chance at the title. Talks about how she, beat Nikki Bella with honor and integrity. D-Bry mentions that Maurice hit Nikki with a pipe, but, Natalya kind of ignores that and says, where was Maurice when my hand was raised? I'm the greater Canadian. Natalya doing the delusional heel thing is great, So she feels that her victory cements her as the number one contender for the women's championship. She deserves a women's championship just based on her family's accomplishments alone, and da-da-da-da-da. Good segment. Good, Natty. Nice to see, Natty doing something. I'd like to see her have a run with the SmackDown Women's Championship. Why not? Doesn't have to be long. Just a little run. I mean, she's been around forever. Why not? So, American Alpha are the next guest. I guess Chad Gable is from Minnesota. and won a high school state in the building. I think it's the Exxon Energy Arena they were at. Yes, in St. Paul. He won his high school state there. So of course WWE doesn't have the fucking hometown guy, yeah, on the SmackDown. American Alpha, no, not even an interview, nothing, not even appearing on the screen, just to call out, quick little minute thing where they call out the Usos. But they call up the Usos here and talking, and then they tell D-Bry he has to make something happen, has to make a match happen. So I think at WrestleMania we're gonna get American Alpha versus Usos. It's going to be on the pre-show. They're not showing the SmackDown Tag Team titles any respect. No respect, huh? Or the goddamn American Alpha. So yeah, it'll be on the pre-show and it'll be a great match. And yeah, Usos will pick up the win and run with the tag titles. So, and they talk, now they're talking about James Ellsworth and Carmella versus Nikki and John Cena. That is gonna be a fun match. Ogsworth. Yeah, it's gonna be a fun that match. The exchange between John and Ellsworth is, yeah. So that's next week. Um, so AJ Styles final guest, and they put over AJ versus Luke Harper, and Shane McMahon comes out and says there's a lot to discuss, a lot of new developments, a lot of things. Then AJ Styles comes out and says, no, 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 I'm main eventing. I jumped through all your hoops. No, I'm main eventing against Bray Wyatt. That's it. That's done. And he walks off. Shane says him and, Daniel have a lot to talk about, and they leave. So, that was the end of the show. Fun show. Got over storylines, and there's character development from the people on there, and gives people like Natty and Natty's been getting time on TV lately, but American Alpha, who haven't been featured on SmackDown, you know, keeps the Usos feud going and all that, and yeah, good show. All right, so on to 205 Live, February 28th, 2017, from St. Paul, Minnesota. Tom Phillips interviews gentleman Jack Gallagher, and Gallagher says tonight Neville in the State of the Cruisers address is going to insult the fans and do all his normal shit. Ends by saying he will dethrone Neville for his championship on Sunday at Fastlane. So the first match is Noam Dar with Alicia Fox versus Lindsay Dorado. In the beginning of the match, the delivery guy, got the hokiness of WWE sometimes. Delivery guy comes from like the entrance ramp and comes around ringside and hands Alicia Fox flowers. Someone delivered and just give them to her during the match. Let the delivery guy go down. That's So Noam is distracted by this, and early on Lindsay takes advantage. First thing out, he rolls him up for a 2 count. So yeah, so like throughout the match, Alicia eats the flowers and throws the flowers and to the crowd, and at one point, the crowd's chanting, "We want flowers." So there's some cool stuff in this match. I mean, nothing special. Noam, hits Lindsay in the head with a kick and gets the 3 count at 401. Fine opening match. Lindsay fit a lot of cool stuff in the 4 minutes, and Noam came off as cool and calculated. Not really flashy, but effective. And then after, Alicia Fox was a little distracting throughout the match, but I think that was the point. I think the point is she's supposed to be distracting, so, you know. So if they were going to do that, maybe Noam should have lost. I don't know. So afterwards, Noam says, as beautiful and sweet as the flowers are, that he sent them, but he probably didn't. She probably has a secret admirer. They showed in the match Rich Swann was backstage looking at a monitor at the match. I should have mentioned that, but yeah. So I think setting up the tag match at the kickoff show, the old kickoff show. So Noam says no matter how sweet and beautiful the flowers are, they won't match the beauty or sweetness of his girlfriend Alicia Fox. Not bad, whatever. Do what you gotta do, right? So next up, Austin Aries is in the ring with Tosawa, and as you know, they show clips of you know, Tosawa rejecting Brian Kendrick's offer to Tozawa to be his protege, and Brian Kendrick taking offense, and in the past weeks attacking Tozawa, and Tozawa says he's gonna fight him, and Kendrick comes out and tells him, hey, you know, nope, what makes you think you can beat the veteran, and all this stuff, and he makes fun of Tozawa's broken English and the Minnesota accent, and yeah, it just built towards the kickoff match and furthered the feud between Tozawa and Brian Kendrick. Can't wait till Tozawa gets his hands on Kendrick and can just beat him up. You know what I mean? What can you do? So then match number 2 is Tony Nese, Drew Gulak, and Drew Gulak and Arya Daivari versus T.J. Perkins, Mustafa Ali, and Cedric Alexander. I'm not gonna just know there's a lot of dives on the outside, a lot of crazy, high spots, and I mean, there was a cartwheel super kick and inverted 450s, and Gulak did a gory special submission move in the midst of all this, in the midst of all these high spots and crazy shit. Drew Gulak grabs a gory special. Yeah, there was so knee hits a running knee, which is a running knee. He just hits you in the knee, hits you in the head with his fucking knee. So Tony Nese hits a running knee on T.J. Perkins in the corner and gets the 3 count at 10-17. Action packed Spot Fest with some cool moves. Like I said, well, Spot Fest isn't all that fair, as all the guys sold, and took their time, and it wasn't like a Teddy Hart match where something fucking nuts and then get right back up and get your shit in, or Davey Richards where you hit a guy with a suplex, then he reverses the suplex and suplex you, and you do the chain wrestling thing with just suplexes. You guys just suplex each other all around fucking town. That didn't happen. So there was some high spots and some cool spots, but I don't know about Spot Fest. Everyone looked good. Everyone looked good in this match. Great technical work, some crazy high flying shit. Blink of the eye, fast paced action. Everything a cruiser match should be. It was given some time, which was cool. It was given 10 minutes. That was awesome. It went 10. That was fucking cool, dude. 10 minutes straight, no commercial, no, just 10 minutes, no ads, just 10 minutes straight. And everyone went all out. And the Hill team, which was cool, they all worked together in cheating, which a Hill team should do. The Hills should just be united because they're bad guys, and the good guys united because they're good guys, and they're working against each other. What more can you ask for? Crowd sat on their hands sometimes, which fucking sucks, but they had to have been burned out. I mean, this is shot right. This goes right after SmackDown, so real fun, exciting match. Austin Aries in video package of Austin Aries in ring work airs. He's coming back soon, it looks like. So I think it's going to be him and Neville at Mania. So Neville's State of the Cruiser address. Neville makes his way to the ring and says he's going to give us a history lesson. Well, before that, uh, Austin Aries says he hopes Neville got a look at his great package before he came out. So 2 dick jokes in one night. Add a kid, WWE. So Neville gives us a history lesson. 205 Live was created to showcase the very best of the cruiserweights on the face of the earth, but they forgot to add the greatest cruiserweight on earth, Neville. And then chaos ensued, mediocrity reigned until Neville arrived. He was the king of the cruiserweights. This is his thorn. He saved the day. Blah 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 blah. But he gets no respect, and we rather cheer for a sideshow act. He's talking about Gallagher, and he promises to obliterate Gallagher at Fastlane, and calls it a public execution. So Gallagher comes out, got a chance for Gallagher, and Gallagher's like, this isn't that much of a history lesson, but more of one man having a meltdown. So, And he offers Neville tea and biscuits. Crowd chants tea and biscuits. That's funny. Um, you know, says this is Neville says this is his ring. Gallagher can get the fuck out. Gallagher doesn't agree. Says that it's the WWE Universe ring, but belongs to the crowd, belongs to the people out there, brother. Yeah, okay. Um, and you know, Gallagher starts taking off his jacket and tie as he's talking, and then they start brawling. Neville rips Gallagher's shirt off, gets a serious kicks in. So now Gallagher counters back with drop kicks and a headbutt, and they're on the outside now, and Gallagher drop kicks Neville. The guardrail. Got a lot of weird noises coming from me today, huh? And so Gallagher celebrates in the ring, and I think they're gonna tear down the house, tonight at Fastlane. That's just gonna happen here. Holy fuck, huh? An hour in, I got 3 more shows. No, 2 more shows to do. Just come on, folks. Wow. Okay. So it was a good show. Built towards the 2 cruiser matches at Fastlane. The in-ring segment, the interview segments in the ring were great. First match was good considering it was short. And 6-man match was the match of the night. Go if you're the WWE Network, go watch that 6-man match. You won't be disappointed. Aries is wrestling soon. That would be cool. I really enjoyed the cruiserweight division. Because there's guys, I never thought would be in the WWE. Like, Cedric Alexander, Tony Nese, Drew Gulak, Lindsay Dorada, because of their size. Rich Swann, though he was in NXT for a while, but wasn't really doing anything for the cruiser thing. There's guys I just didn't think we got now, and they bypassed NXT. Now they're straight on the main roster wrestling every day, and guys like Tajiri and Brian Kendrick are back, and yeah, it's just really exciting. And this Jack Gallagher is awesome. And looks like Aries is gonna win the cruiserweight title at WrestleMania. Austin Aries, who's like 5'6" and pushing 40s. Looks like he's gonna have a run in WWE. Just man, yeah, just for how stagnant some of the shit on WWE can be, it's fucking insane. Just the people they have on the roster and who finally made it, and who's there. And there's some cool shit happening, even with the Goldberg Lesnar shit and Roman Reigns getting pushed down our throats and all this stuff. There's some cool shit happening. So but crowd was kind of dead, but what can you do? They just watched 2 hours of SmackDown, and now they're there, and God, they just did the burning segment. Randy Orton just burnt down Bray Wyatt's house and did all that. Sister Abigail was burnt, and there's all this shit they did, and then they go, all right, now it's time for some flippy dippy shit. Yeah, they should, fuck it, dude. Tape it before SmackDown and then air it live to tape after SmackDown. They can still call it 205 Live. Fucking bend the truth a little bit. They like doing that. So next up is NXT from March 1st, 2017 from Full Sail University in Atlanta, Florida. Tonight we're gonna have the tag team titles on the line and the women's title on the line. Patrick Clark from Tough Enough fame, he comes out. He has like the Seinfeld puffy shirt and like black jeans and like a glitter rainbow bandana on. These fucking boots. And I guess I don't know, the internet saying a Prince gimmick, but I don't know, he's kind of dressed like a gay black pirate, so I guess Prince. But like, yeah, I don't know. And then he's versus Sean Maluda, who's Alpha's nephew. So Clark hits like a modified Fameasser on Maluda and gets the 3 count at 2 minutes and 39 seconds. Not a bad match. Both men look good. The match was supposed to showcase Patrick Clark But I don't know. Maluda looked more impressive in my opinion. It just he had these spinning kicks and all like just yeah. And I mean yeah, Clark was okay, but Clark didn't do anything real flashy. But there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not really sure what Clark's gimmick is supposed to be. I don't think he's that sure what his gimmick's supposed to be. I think it's just at the infant stages. But who knows? This might reach heights of absurdity we didn't know was possible. I'm gonna be optimistic and see what happens. So yeah, Ciampa and Gargano are preparing for the match backstage. Fucking taping their hands up and shit. And so Sanity do their Sanity promo. They are gathered around a trash can. And there's a trash can fire. The old hobos at the rail yard. Um, yeah, Eric Young. Eric Young's leader Sanity, and he's fucking awesome. It's really fucking cool that Eric Young's in the WWE, even if it's NXT. Oh man, yeah. No, this guy, he can do serious, he can brawl, he can technical wrestle, he can do comedy, he can do anything. This guy's fucking great. I'm glad he's in the WWE. He can, I mean, yeah, he can do it all. He can do it all. Like if it does look like Mick's leaving, it's not gonna be GM for long, and they have Kurt Angle. I mean, he would be great as like a lackey assistant for like a heel Angle. Those guys could do some fun little comedy together. But they won't. So, second match of the night. Oh, the promo was to put over. I guess Eric Young and Ty Dillinger are feuding. They're gonna have a match or something's happening between them. So match number 2, NXT Women's Championship match. Azaka champion versus Peyton Royce with Billy Kay. First thing I want to say is Royce and Kay are very attractive. I just never seen them before, and they're really attractive. And Drake Younger is the referee. So that's yeah, it was. I mean, good match. Good. Yeah. I Azaka. That's Akaka. It's not Akaka. Azaka puts Peyton Royce in the Azaka lock, and Royce taps out at 8 minutes 41 seconds. Azaka retains the NXT Women's Championship. Post match, Billy Kay comes in and starts beating up on Azaka, and Royce joins in, and then they're working her arm. Royce worked Azaka's arm, the whole match. Good psychology, Good to see that they're doing shit like that again. Amber Moon. It's not Ember Moon. Is Ember or Amber? Someone email me. Weekly Wrestling Rant. That's Rant. WRNT. So WRNAT. Weekly Wrestling Rant. WRANT at gmail.com, and let me know if it's Ember or Amber. Thank you. So Amber Moon comes out and makes the fucking save for Kaza, Azaka, and then Azaka and Amber get in each other's face and have a stare down. Azaka holds the belt up, so it looks like they're gonna be doing a match. I don't know anything about Peyton Royce. I don't know her level of experience, or if she's wrestled or before she got to NXT or whatnot, but she was very impressive tonight. A lot of working on Azaka's arm and a lot of spinning heel kicks, and yeah, it was a fun TV title defense, just a fun little match. So I saw Akaza this past May at an NXT house show in Portland against Alexa Bliss. I liked her then and I like her now. So we get a video package of Nakamura getting helped out of the ring after TakeOver San Antonio when his knee got hurt. Then we get a video package of Cassius Ohno's NXT return last week and his confrontation with Bobby Roode. Cool to see Chris Hero back. So William Regal announces Roode versus Cassius Ohno for the NXT Championship on March 15th. Paul Ellering is backstage pumping up the Authors of Pain before their big match tonight. So, and a video package of some Scottish guy named Wolfgang airs, and they show footage of the UK Championship tournament. So he was in that UK Championship tournament. I didn't watch, so I'm not aware of what happened. Nakamura returns next week. So the third match of the night is the NXT Championship match. The Authors of Pain, the championships, Akam, and Reezer. Hold on, I'm butchering everything. Akam and Rizar with Paul Ellering versus DIY, Johnny Gargano, and Tommaso Ciampa. I mean, yeah, I like this match a lot. I really like this match. There's some cool spots. So after a series, I'll just I don't know where to my notes to um just okay at the end there. Gargano and Ciampa have dueling submissions on the Authors of Pain. Ellen's at the ringside freaking out. And then the Revival run in and break up the submissions. Match is declared a no contest at 10:39. So the Revival, assault DIY. They toss Gargano out of the ring, hit Ciampa with their finisher, which looks like a 3D mix with a reverse backcracker. So Revival cleared the ring, and Authors of Pain take out Revival only for, Revival get him, and Akam uh, gets hit with the Revival's finisher. So Gargano and Ciampa were great as I thought they'd be. I mean, Authors of Pain came off as monsters. They are capable in the ring, if not, a little limited, but match was perfect for the little guys with a lot of heart versus Unstoppable Monsters match. Authors of Pain through DIY around, and DIY outsmarted Authors with veteran prowess. I mean, fun TV main event. I had a blast watching. Yeah, I mean, Authors of Pain dominated, and I mean, it was what you want from a big guy, little guy. Authors of Pain, had a Ciampa, in their corner, and they tagged in and out and took turns beating him up and cut off his comeback attempts. And he was trying to make a tag, and they grab him, throw him back in their corner. Then by the time he finally got loose and tagged in Gargano, everybody was fucking going banana for it. So, I don't normally watch NXT, and I only watch for this podcast purposes, but holy shit, that was a fun hour of wrestling. I look forward to continuing watching every week. There's some cool shit going on, and I mean, Chris Hero, Eric Young, Bobby Roode, Nakamura. Yeah, can't wait. Match of the night was Authors of Pain versus DIY. That was my favorite match. So, stick with me, folks. We're almost done here. I'm on main event. So main event, March 1st, 2017. We're from Green Bay, Wisconsin. Side note, R-Truth does comedy. Well, one would argue if it's comedy or not. But R-Truth is out doing commentary with Tom Phillips and Byron Saxton. I don't watch main events. So I don't know if this is new or not. But so I guess they're gonna just kind of quietly transition R-Truth from a wrestler to commentator. Which, hey, that's cool. R-Truth be one of those guys that have a job for 30 years. It just so first match of the night, Sin Cara versus Bo Dallas. Believe and Bo did. You got to, yeah, there's some cool. So they're like a minute and a half in, and Sin Cara hits a somersault senton onto Bo Dallas on the outside. And then Bo Dallas does his timeout spot, and there's this fucking one dude. There's this one spot that's fucking crazy. Like Bo Dallas fucking tosses, like, it looks like he's going for a roll up pin, but like he tosses Sin Cara out of the ring through the middle rope, and Sin Cara like lands straight on his fucking head. It looked like, and Sin Cara like barely gets in the ring at the count of 9. Yeah, that was a sick looking bump, nasty looking bump. So I mean, I you know, uh, so Sin Cara gets does a top rope senton bomb, gets the 3 count at 3 minutes and 58 seconds. Fun little TV match. It lasted for being short on time. They still managed an outside dive and a, a nasty fucking bump on the floor head first. Yeah, not a bad match. I mean, just, your 4-minute TV match. So then we get replays. This is all like Raw replays. So we get a replay of Goldberg and Kevin Owens exchange from Raw, and then the video package they showed of the Seth Rollins Triple H feud, and a replay of the interview with Seth Rollins and Triple H and all that stuff from Raw. And then the second match of the night is Grand Metalik versus Daivari, Arya Daivari. Yeah, so yeah, there's like high spot hurricanranas, and one thing that they did in this match is rule of 3. So first attempt Metalik did at the Metalik driver. Daivari fucking like raked his eyes and went for the mask. The second time he tried it, same thing, and then the third time it actually hit, and he gets the 3 count out at 6 minutes and 18 seconds. Good match, solid heel work, from Daivari, just cutting off Metalik, and he screamed something in Pakistani at the crowd, and the crowd booed him. That's if you wanna get booed, want to be Middle Eastern. That's the rule in wrestling. And Metalik made his comeback spots, and there was this crazy outside dive at one point where Metalik jumps out on to Daivari and like fucking just grazes Daivari, and like, yeah, it was a nasty fucking outside dive. It was messy, sloppy. Vince McMahon must have been going banana backstage. God damn it! All that crazy shit. So Beth, video package for Beth Phoenix and the Hall of Fame airs again, and then the last segment of the show is just a replay of the Braun Strowman, Roman Reigns quote unquote contract signing from Raw, which was just a big brawl. It's a B show, nothing special, just a couple matches, and then replaying the big moments from Raw. Grand Metalik versus Arya Daivari was match of the night. I mean, not much there, but I don't know. Funny to me that Raw has a B show and SmackDown does not. I mean, if they're not gonna tape 205 Live before SmackDown, why not? Revive superstars. Just tape 2 matches before SmackDown. That I just say on the tickets, come a half hour before, SmackDown starts, and just, have 2 matches, tape 2 matches. They already do a dark match, just tape 2 matches before. It's not like the matches go over 10 minutes. I mean, so just tape the matches before SmackDown, and then in the editing room, just edit them up, and put them in between. Why am I drawing a blank? I'm the worst person in America. Just put them on Thursday, and just do SmackDown highlights. And hey, if not for nothing, it would be a place to put the SmackDown Tag Team division, which is oft ignored on the SmackDown show. So I mean, if anything, bring superstars back and put the tag division on there, and in between SmackDown highlights, have tag team guys cut promos and shit. Fuck it, why not? Give Mojo Rawley and Kalisto and Kurt Hawkins a place to be. I mean, why not? Fandango and yeah, there's a lot of guys. SmackDown needs a B show. So bear with me, folks. I know I'm pushing a hour and a half, but the only thing I got left is Fastlane predictions. So kickoff match: Rick Swann and Akira Tozawa versus D. Bryan Kendrick and Noam Dar. I say Swan and Tozawa win, and that's what I think happened. So Sami Zayn versus Samoa Joe. I'm saying Samoa Joe, and I think Joe's gonna pummel Zayn, and Zayn will keep coming back until he can't anymore, and Joe will win. Be a good match. Then Sasha Banks versus Nia Jax. I'm taking Nia Jax, and I think the framework of Samoa Joe versus Sami Zayn that I laid out is going to be similar in this match. I think this match will be Nia throwing Sasha around, Sasha getting some hope spots, some comebacks, but finally Nia's just going to be too much for Sasha, and Sasha can't, So, Raw Women's Championship match, Bayley the champion versus Charlotte. Charlotte's going to win, keep the undefeated pay-per-view streak alive. They're going to end that at WrestleMania. That's how they do. Is the stage of them all. They're going to save that. But I do hope they have Sasha come in and interfere on Bayley's behalf and get Bayley disqualified so she retains the title. Because I don't like this flip. I mean, Charlotte's already 17-time women's champion, and she's only been wrestling for 4 years. I mean, she's only been on Raw, the Raw women's title. They haven't. So I don't like the flip flopping of the titles so much. I mean, Sasha's a 3-time champ, and I don't think her reigns go past 90 days. I mean, she combined, she's had 3 27, 26 day reigns, not even full months, I believe. I mean, I could look it up, but who the fuck does that? But no, I do hope that Bayley retains the title, even if Charlotte wins by disqualification, and also, I mean, Sasha, causing a disqualification for Bayley would also be a great brick in the foundation of the Sasha Banks turn on Bayley that's coming. I mean, it's no way it's not. They've made it clear it is. So there's that. So the Raw Tag Team Championship match: Luke Gallows and Carlo Anderson, the champions, versus Enzo and Big Cass. I can see Enzo and Big Cass winning. I mean, obviously I want them to. I know I'm in the minority, it seems, on the internet, but I still like Enzo's mic work, and I like Cass. I like the dynamic, and I like the team. I like to see them as tag team champions, even if it's a short reign. But I could also see Sheamus and Cesaro interfering, at the end where it looks like Enzo and Cass are gonna win. They come in and break it up, and we get a no contest, which sets up the 3-way title match at WrestleMania. So Enzo and Cass can get their WrestleMania moment and win the gold on the big stage, because WWE likes to manufacture those big moments. And then the WWE Cruiserweight Championship match: Neville the champion versus Jack Gallagher. Neville wins. I see Neville winning, but this match will tear down the house if given some time. I hope give him between 10 and 15 minutes, and it'd be great. They'll tear down the house. Being that Fastlane's in Milwaukee, I kind of suspect some kind of interaction between Neville and Aries to set up their WrestleMania match. I mean, Milwaukee's Aries' hometown. What a great way, why not, start the build here, The Aries can get a huge reaction and, get some momentum going on. And then Roman Reigns versus Braun Strowman. My gut's telling me Roman, but my heart's telling me Strowman. I mean, it looks like Roman Reigns is going to beat The Undertaker at Mania, then go on to defeat Lesnar for the Universal title at SummerSlam, because let's face it, Goldberg's beating Kevin Owens for the Universal title tonight, and then Goldberg, and then Lesnar's beating Goldberg at WrestleMania, and then going to be off TV for 4.5 months, and then he's going to show up and build fucking SummerSlam. So Reigns is going to win the Universal title in August, but I think they should just pull an audible and have Strowman beat Roman clean here, go on to beat Undertaker at Mania, then just keep the push going and have him beat Lesnar at SummerSlam. No one wants Roman to be the guy. I mean, let's be honest. So fucking turn him heel. Because look at like Austin and Shawn Michaels and The Rock, and these are all guys who started out as heels. Like Austin and Rock, especially those two guys, were like they were heels and booed, and then the fans turned them faces. Then the fans decided. You gotta let the fans decide, even if you trick them into deciding. Because like pushing Roman Reigns down everybody's throat, everybody's like, fuck that guy, fuck him. So I get it. I understand why they want him as the guy. I don't necessarily disagree. I just have him be a heel, have him get all this stuff, have him yell at everyone for booing him and all that stuff. And then eventually, in like a year, everyone will start cheering him again. Because when he first came in, everybody loved him. Then they started pushing him down our throats, and we turned on him. So have us feel like we decided we like him. We decided it's time. Come on, meet us halfway. Meet us halfway. That's all I ask. So, last match, WWE Universal Championship, Kevin Owens versus Goldberg. Goldberg wins. I don't want it to be this 90-minute squash. I don't want it to be spear, jackhammer, 1, 2, 3. I want it to have some time. At least give us like 5-6 minutes. Let Kevin get some offense. Like even if he does the cat and mouse, outsmarts Goldberg, runs around the ring, and then hits Goldberg, gets some offense in. Maybe do another cat and mouse spot, then some more offense. Then Goldberg powers out, hits some shit. Kevin gets a little bit more offense in. Package power bomb or pump up power bomb turns into a spear jackhammer. Maybe somewhere in there, Jericho is going to show up and attack Owens and cost him the match. I don't think Lesnar's showing up. They want it. I know it's close to WrestleMania, but they would advertise Lesnar. They'd advertise Lesnar. It costs money to bring him in just to do something like that. So, yeah, they want to sell tickets to that. So, yeah, that's the show. I'll see everyone on Friday. Friday will be Ring of Honor, Fastlane, Raw, SmackDown, Talking Smack, 205 Live, NXT, and Main Event. So, yeah, it's a WWE heavy show. So, but they have 7.5, 8, 9 hours. They have a lot of TV on a week. And my cable provider doesn't get the other wrestling that's on besides Ring of Honor. So this is what you're getting. So tough shit. So just a reminder for everybody, rate, review, and subscribe on iTunes. Tell me what you think. This is the first episode, so it's a little rough, but let me know, and hopefully the next episode will be a little smoother and not as much pauses and dead air and ums and ahs and all that. And talking for an hour and a half, it's hard on your throat. Rate, review, subscribe on iTunes. Check us out on SoundCloud at SoundCloud/Webs, WEB. Weekly Wrestling Rant, WRANT, and then Weekly Wrestling Rant, WRANT at gmail.com, and then at Webcon69, WEBCONN69. I will see you next week, or on Friday, in less than a week. I'll see you. Bye.